Do you replay a conversation in your head and think, oh, why did I say that? And you're microanalyzing and overthinking every single word that has left your mouth? That was me every single day, and it was exhausting. I was basically living in other people's heads than I was just living my own life. I have this one friend, okay? I mean, now we're good friends, thank God. But at one point, this is very early on in our friendship, when I was always in my head, constantly over analyzing. For some reason, I felt that she didn't like me. And mind you, this was nothing to do with her verbally telling me this, or she's told anybody else this. Nobody has come to me or told me that, listen, she doesn't like you or anything. This is simply my micro analyzing and overthinking of some look that she gave a certain way, or some way that she behaved when we met or something. And then I just wove a huge story just with that, and ran with that story basically. And for a good 6 long months we never spoke. And then one fine day I realized, like, I can't get rid of this person from my life. So, you know what? I'll just talk to her. When slowly sense started entering my body, and then um, we met, and I pulled her aside and I was like, you know what? I felt a certain way about this. And she was genuinely shocked when she heard it. And then she was like, what made you think this? Because I never had this thought in my head. So, what made you think it? And then I was like, when I was thinking of telling those things back to her, like, oh, it was a certain way you looked at me, or it was a certain comment that you passed, like backhanded comment. It sounded so stupid for me to even say that to her, because out loud it sounded so invalid, like so inconsequential. And I realized, oh my god, I've just spent 6 months of my life not being able to enjoy her company. Like, this was 6 months of me just spiraling and just going down a rabbit hole of constant overthinking and micro analyzing and just kicking myself about something and just replaying every conversation in my head, totally and fully unnecessary. Because I'm replaying every conversation and I'm over analyzing and I'm thinking, what could I have said differently? What did I say that triggered her, or something like that? So this was my reality for so long, that I was always worrying about what people were thinking about me, even though they weren't really thinking about me at all. Like, the turning point for me was when I asked myself, would I say all these things that I tell myself to my best friend? And the answer was a big fat no. Like, imagine telling all this to your best friend. Like, imagine telling your best friend, like, oh my god, you're a weirdo, nobody likes you, don't even bother going there. I would never say those things. But I was saying that to myself daily, and that's when I realized I wasn't being judged as much as I was judging myself. So here's the thing, right? People are way too busy worrying about their own lives to be obsessed with you. Big of you to think that you're the main character in everybody else's life. Yeah, relax. Like, you concentrate on your lane and do your work. Like, imagine being embarrassed over tripping at a party, and 5 years from now you like ask someone else, oh, do you remember, like, I tripped at that party? And the person's gonna go like, what are you talking about? So even if they do judge, that judgment lasts for about 10 seconds. But we keep carrying it in our head for days, months, or even years together, like constantly replaying that and just living in that anxiety all over again. Self acceptance isn't about like waiting to be perfect and then finally being okay with yourself, or then finally loving yourself. It's about being okay with the messy, awkward, imperfect version of yourself that exists right now. That version that stumbles, overthinks, or blurts out weird things sometimes. And that version deserves your kindness the most. So here's what I do now when I'm spiraling about what someone's thinking about me, or some other new thing that I'm spiraling about. I ask myself, will this matter in 5 years? And 99% of the time the answer is no. And if that still doesn't snap me out of it, then I flip the script and ask, would I say this? Would I say this like negative self talk that I'm having with myself to someone I love? And if not, and if the answer is no, then I change it to something kinder. Then I change that self talk to something nicer, right? This sounds like so kiddish and so silly, but honestly, it works. Because most of us are not even doing such small things. We're constantly wired to be aware of anything that could cause us fear, right? So we don't sit and appreciate the good things in life. You're constantly thinking about, like, is anything a threat to us? If that person perceives us as not being likable, is that like a threat? Obviously, like in older times it was different. The threat perceived to be something perceived to be as a threat would be very different from now. And now it'll be like very small things about like a friend thinking that you're not good enough, or like going in public, or whatever, any of those things. So that is something that we constantly now perceive as threat. So we are analyzing those situations in our life, and we go into so much self doubt and overthinking. It really breaks your brain. Like, you're not able to enjoy life, or even just do the basic things, because without going like spiraling downward. So ask yourself, would you say all these things to a loved one? And if not, just be kinder to yourself. I know it's like a small thing, but it's going to make a huge difference. Trust me. If this hit home, you're not alone. I'm right here with you, figuring it out every day. And if you want to have more such real heart to heart conversation, then subscribe and come hang out with me. We'll get through it together, one video at a time.